Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 3, Episode 4 is a hilarious, nostalgia-filled romp and a great showcase for Lieutenant Lauren Noonien Singh, Christina Chong, but it could have gone a bit deeper. So far, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 3 has dipped into several different genres, from romance to horror, and A Space Adventure Hour delivers a fun, 1960s-era murder mystery. Directed by the always reliable Jonathan Frakes, and written by Dana Horgan and Catherine Lin, it's no surprise that A Space Adventure Hour is packed full of references to all things Trek. The episode opens with a brilliant parody of Star Trek, the original series entitled The Last Frontier, complete with a hilariously accurate impression of William Shatner courtesy of Paul Wesley. I would happily have watched an entire episode of this, but Strange New Worlds gets back to business as usual after the TOS-style credits for The Last Frontier. While the Enterprise is studying a collapsing neutron star, Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, assigns Lauren to test out the new holodeck technology, which results in a fun mystery adventure that quickly turns dangerous. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 3 delivers its most fun episode yet in A Space Adventure Hour. Social commentary with rubber masks and buried metaphors. You know, science fiction. Strange New Worlds 304 Key Art. A Space Adventure Hour spends much of its runtime in the holodeck, as Lauren tries to push the new technology to its limits while Lieutenant Scotty, Martin Quinn, keeps the rest of the Enterprise's systems up and running. Lauren decides to create a holodeck murder mystery based on stories she used to read about a detective named Amelia Moon, just as Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, enjoyed stepping into the shoes of hard-boiled Detective Dixon Hill on Star Trek: The Next Generation's holodeck. Lauren embraces her chance to solve an old-school murder. Complete with a noir-style voiceover, Lauren introduces us to the mystery, which involves the cast of the fictional sci-fi series, The Last Frontier. In order to create realistic characters, the holodeck has to use transporter patterns from the Enterprise crew. This means all of the show's main cast members get to participate in the fun, giving them a chance to portray very different characters. As Lauren cycles through different potential suspects and solutions, she recruits Lieutenant Spock, Ethan Peck, for a different perspective. Before long, the holodeck's safety protocols malfunction, because of course they do, so Lauren and Spock have to worry about staying alive in addition to solving the murder. In the end, A Space Adventure Hour delivers a clever twist that harkens back to TNG's Elementary, Dear Data, and Lauren determines that holodeck technology isn't quite ready for full-scale distribution just yet. Lauren shines in Strange New Worlds' first holodeck episodes. Spock and Scotty get plenty to do as well. Since her introduction in Star Trek: Strange New Worlds series premiere, Lauren Noonien Singh has become one of the show's most interesting original characters. Throughout the show's first 2 seasons, she confronted her connection to infamous tyrant Khan Noonien Singh and her past with the Gorn, and has truly begun to blossom by Season 3. Before the holodeck begins malfunctioning, Lauren is clearly having a blast as Amelia Moon, and it's great to see her have fun for a change. She has grown a lot as a character since her earliest appearances on the show, and A Space Adventure Hour is a wonderful illustration of how far she's come. In a somewhat surprising turn of events, Lauren and Spock embark on a romantic relationship at the episode's end. While this was teased a bit in Episode 2, I'm not completely sold on this particular pairing, as much as I want to see both Lauren and Spock happy that as the holodeck malfunctions and draws more and more power from the Enterprise engines, the ship faces imminent destruction from a gamma burst. It's a jarring break from the holodeck storyline, and it's all handled very quickly, making it feel like an unnecessary moment inserted into the episode just to give the rest of the crew something to do. A Space Adventure Hour is a love letter to all things Star Trek. You don't think a person can love a piece of art or music or a story so much that it heals them. Kirk, Chapel, and Ortega's in retro Star Trek costumes in Strange New Worlds Space Adventure Hour. A Space Adventure Hour contains too many Star Trek references to list them all, but fans of the various Trek series will find shout-outs scattered throughout the episode. The opening scene feels like an exaggerated TOS episode in the best way, complete with the characters throwing themselves to the floor when the ship is hit with weapons fire. Throughout the holodeck simulation, numerous characters reference classic Star Trek lines and moments. When faced with another dead body, for example, Paul Wesley's Maxwell Saint, star of The Last Frontier, asks Lee Woods, Melissa Navia, if the victim is indeed dead. Woods replies, "You know I'm an actor, not a doctor, right?" in a reversal of Dr. McCoy's classic TOS catchphrase. While the creative team behind A Space Adventure Hour clearly loves Star Trek, I appreciate that they are also willing to point out its flaws. For example, when Lauren interviews Maxwell's co-star, Adelaide Shaw, Jess Bush, about the forthcoming cancellation of The Last Frontier, Shaw laments that her lines and her skirts have been getting shorter and shorter with every episode. Star Trek: The original series may have been progressive for its time, but its female characters were not nearly as well developed as their male counterparts. Still, A Space Adventure Hour focuses on Star Trek's ability to spread hope and to give generations of fans a place to feel seen. Uhura's speech is one of the highlights of the episode, as she perfectly explains what it's like to be a fan of something.